Peter, 40s, poised yet unassuming, the CEO of this very restaurant chain, stand a short distance away. He's dressed in simple jeans, a comfortable jacket, and a baseball cap pulled low. No suit, no tie, nothing to suggest he's the top boss. Peter, I've read the reports, heard the feedback from regional managers, but I need to see it for myself. No special treatment, no heads up. Just a regular customer on a random afternoon. He takes a measured breath, adjusts his cap, and steps forward. A warm, modern interior with sleek menu boards overhead. Customers chat in a winding line that leads to the counter. The smell of grilled chicken and fresh bread fills the air. Music plays softly through overhead speakers. Peter slips inside, quickly blending into the line. A cashier juggles orders, offering polite but mechanical greetings. Several customers wait for their names to be called at a pickup station. Peter, if this place is run as well as I hope, I'll see efficient service, friendly staff, and happy customers. If not, well, that's what I'm here to find out. Peter keeps a low profile, scanning the environment. A pair of employees behind the line quickly assemble sandwiches. Another employee rushes by with a tray of fresh lettuce, looking mildly frazzled. The line creeps forward at a decent, though not lightning-fast pace. Peter notes a faint tension, a hush that suggests the staff might be short-handed, or perhaps just overstretched at the peak of lunch rush. He inches closer to the front, peering at the menu boards as though he's unfamiliar with them, though in reality he was involved in designing them. Peter, to himself, under breath, let's see if they recommend a daily special or just push the most expensive items. He keeps his head down, determined to remain anonymous, observing how the person at the register interacts with each customer. So far, it's polite, but there's a certain monotony in the tone, no real spark of enthusiasm. As Peter's turn approaches, he takes a small step forward, bracing himself to place an order like any other guest, ready to see his operation from the ground level. Peter moves up another spot in line, almost at the register now. The cashier rings up the current customer, speaking in a polite but slightly rushed tone. A small sigh escapes her lips. She's clearly juggling a busy lunch crowd. Behind Peter stand two young boys, Matt, 12, and Tony, 10, each clutching crumpled bills in their hands. Their casual backpacks suggest they've just come from school. Peter can't help but notice their quiet chatter escalating into a mild grumble. Tony, whispery but audible. They said the burger would be like $5. But it's always more when you get to the counter, plus tax and stuff. Matt rolls his eyes, glancing at the overhead menu with a skeptical look. Matt, yeah, and half the time they forget the cheese or put on a wrong sauce. I got some soggy bread last time. Kinda gross. Peter tenses slightly, hearing the boy's blunt criticism. He keeps his gaze forward, pretending not to listen, but their unfiltered complaints hit home. He steps up to the register, the cashier giving him a polite half-smile. Peter, they're kids. Kids usually aren't shy about the truth, especially when they think nobody's paying attention. If they're disappointed enough to complain, that's a red flag. He opens his mouth to speak, but the chatter from behind grows clearer. Tony, muttering to Matt, I just wish they'd smile or something. It's like they're annoyed we came in. Shrugging. We can just get our food somewhere else next time, right? Peter hears the final remark, a pang of concern crossing his features. The cashier coughs, drawing his attention back to the present moment. Cashier politely. Hi, can I take your order? Peter forces a casual smile, about to place his request. Yet his mind remains on the candid conversation happening a few feet behind him, words that could spell trouble for the restaurant's reputation if it reflects a larger trend. Peter stands at the counter, still absorbing the boy's candid complaints. The cashier finishes ringing him up with a hurried, "Your total is," and slides over his receipt without much of a smile. Peter glances at the line behind him, Matt and Tony still there, counting out coins and looking like they're bracing for a less than stellar experience. He hesitates, then decides this is the moment to break his cover. He leans toward the cashier, voice low but clear. Peter, actually, can you hold that order for a moment? The cashier, slightly confused, nods and pauses entering his payment. Peter, turning around. Hey, you two. Mind if I ask you something? Matt and Tony exchange baffled looks. Tony shrugs. Tony, sure. Peter removes his cap, revealing himself more clearly. A nearby employee recognizes him instantly, eyes going wide. Peter clears his throat, speaking gently. Peter. I'm Peter Wilson, the CEO of this restaurant chain. I came in today to see what our customer experience is really like. I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. Matt's jaw drops a little, and Tony's eyes dart around, trying to figure out if this is some prank. Matt. Wait, you own this place? Peter nods, offering a small, apologetic smile. Peter. Yeah. And I'd really like to know why you feel like the staff isn't friendly, or that our prices aren't what you expect. Because if it's happening to you, it's probably happening to others too. The restaurant goes quiet around them. A few customers nearby stop to watch. The cashier looks stunned, clutching the receipt in her hand. One of the cooks in the back kitchen peeks over the counter, eyes wide. Tony, sheepish but honest. Well, we only have so much money, and sometimes it costs more than we planned for. Plus, it's not like anyone really smiles or, acts like they're happy we're here. Matt nods, relieved his little brother took the lead. Matt, right. And last time I got the burger, the bun was kind of soggy. No one asked if we liked it or not. Peter exhales slowly, looking genuinely concerned. He turns to the cashier, who stands there, awkwardly shifting on her feet. Peter, gentle but firm. This is not the experience I want for any guest, especially you guys. Turns back to the boys. Would you mind telling me more about what we can do better? Matt shrugs, glancing at Tony. Matt, just maybe be more welcoming. Sometimes it feels like a factory in here. Everyone's too busy to care if the food is good or if we're happy. Tony, and maybe don't tack on extra charges for the cheese or something. That stuff adds up. Peter nods thoughtfully. He glances around at the staff, who are now paying close attention. The manager on duty appears from the back, eyes flicking nervously to Peter. Peter, I hear you, and I'm sorry. I promise we're going to address these issues, improve our communication, our pricing transparency, and especially the way we welcome people. He motions for the manager to come closer, who does so, looking a bit flustered. Peter, to the manager. Let's comp these kids' meals today, Ami. But more importantly, we need to have a staff meeting ASAP. We have to go over training for real customer engagement, see if our menu boards accurately reflect final prices, and fix any disconnects. The manager nods vigorously, trying to hide the fact that he's rattled by the situation. Manager. Yes, absolutely. We'll get on that right away. Matt and Tony exchange excited, surprised grins. Tony laughs a little, still in shock. Tony, so free food? Peter smiles, nodding. Peter, this time, yes. But I'm hoping next time you come in, you'll see an even bigger difference in how we treat everyone, because I mean it when I say we value your feedback. The two boys step up to the counter, where the cashier, now looking far friendlier, rings them up at zero cost. The tension in the air lifts, replaced by a buzz of curiosity and optimism among the other customers. Peter, placing his own order properly, turns to the manager, indicating a corner booth with a subtle gesture. Peter, quietly. After this rush dies down, let's talk. We've got some changes to make, and quickly. The manager nods, and Peter offers a sincere smile to Matt and Tony, who now look genuinely excited about trying the food again.